Hello, everybody. Oh, hold on. Facecam's not focusing for some reason. Give me 1 second here. That is very bizarre. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Much better. Much better. Alrighty. There we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope everyone had a fantastic week. Hey, Godzilla, good to see you, buddy. How you been? How's your week been? Good, I hope. Welcome back to another stream tonight, you guys. I'm very excited to hop into tonight's bit of work. We got a couple of different tasks. Hey, Nikki, what's good, man? Good to see you. How you been? Hope you had a good week as well. Been pretty good. That's good, Godzilla. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm happy. Personally, I'm very happy that we have reached yet another Friday. Oh my gosh, is it? Oh wow, it is Godzilla Day, isn't it? Oh yeah, today's November 3rd. Look at that. Look at that. Also, I just realized my mic was turned up way too high. My fault. Hope I didn't blow anyone's ears out or anything like that. But yes, happy Godzilla Nid Day. Godzilla Nid Day. Not Godzilla Nid Day, but Godzilla Day to you as well, my friend. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we got a couple of different tasks that we want to try to close in on tonight here. As the title suggests, we will be, for the first time tonight, airbrushing while live on stream. Everything will hopefully go fine with that. You might have noticed that I have my spray booth, which I acquired a while ago but haven't used on stream yet, set up right here to my side. Godzilla -1 came out in Japan today. Wow, that's crazy. Good stuff. How long ago was that? That was like, what? Not the 50s. It had to be the 60s, right? I'm trying to think. The original Godzilla, I mean. Not Godzilla -1. I know that's the new one right now. But I'm saying the original Godzilla... oh, excuse me. The original Godzilla movies came out in... 54. I was right. Okay, 54. For some reason, 54 was like really old in my head, but then I gotta remember now. It's like, it's been a really long time. Thank you, Gray. Oh, hey, Gray. Hey, Gray. What a funny way to discover that you were here in the chat tonight. How you been, fam? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while here on stream. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I might be streaming. I might be sneezing again. Hold on. Am I? Alright, it's not happening. It went away. Dang, that went away really fast, but that's okay. Okay, so things we are going to work on tonight before I go any further. So we're going to work on some more accessory work for Celestine, including mainly her sword. It's really her sword is the only thing left on the main model itself that we have to work on. Might do a little bit of detail work on the scrolls as well, and then we are going to get into the meat and potatoes of tonight, which is the airbrushing, and then finally, if we have time at the end, we'll start working on the bases for these models too. And I might even go a little bit longer in order to work on the bases too, because there's honestly so little left to really do with these models that I want to try and maybe just get them done tonight and let this be the finale. But we'll see what happens. And yes, it's good to have you back as well, Gray. Thanks so much for being here, and thank you all too for being here tonight. If you are brand new here, hi, my name is Christian. Welcome to Chimera Games. I'm so excited to see you here. If you like what you see here tonight on stream, please do not forget to leave a like on the stream, because that greatly helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe too, that way you know exactly when we go live. If you hit the notification bell, you'll know exactly when we go live here on Chimera Games every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to follow me on all my social medias, you can find those in the description below, including my TikTok, which is pretty poppin', my Instagram, and then of course I'm on Twitter as well. And without further ado, let's switch over to the hobby cam. So we're going to set these things aside for the time being, because these will become a bit relevant later on. So looking at the model herself, yeah, like I said before, we only have like a little bit of stuff left to really accomplish before this model can be officially declared done. We're going to mainly focus on the sword for the time being, because we should be able to get this done pretty quickly, at least to the point where I consider it done, to the point where I want it to be. And then from there, we will transition to airbrushing mode and then be done for the night. As you can see, you are at a slightly different angle because the airbrush booth, the spray booth itself, has, you know, some shielding around like the front and on the top that would prevent you from seeing around it otherwise. So you're not in the usual like angle. I've got y'all off to the side and a bit like hanging over the side of the booth, that way y'all can get a good view. Have I watched AOT? Oh yeah, I'm all caught up on the AOT anime. I did not read the manga, but I am very much excited for the finale, the part 2 of the finale, to finally be released. Oh my god, as someone who watched Attack on Titan when it first aired back in 2013, that was like the first time I watched it. As someone who's been watching it ever since then, I'm like, dang, finally took y'all long enough. Low-key, like, I am so excited for Attack on Titan to be done. Hey, G-Dog, welcome back. Good to see you, fam. Thanks for coming back in. How was your week? I hope you had a good one. Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow, Godzilla, and I'm so ready. Oh, you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do with my night tomorrow night. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch that shit. I'm gonna maybe I'll order some food. We're just gonna chill out. We're just gonna chill the fuck out. I think that's exactly what I'm probably not gonna chill the fuck out, frankly, because I don't know how this finale is gonna make me feel. I mean, I don't know any spoilers. I don't know what the manga readers know, but I know what the general consensus, the general vibe from like the manga readers' reactions have been on the finale, and I'm so scared. I am so scared to see what they've actually been meaning this entire time. Hey, Flacco, good to see you. How you been? Thanks for popping in as always, fam. Making an event out of it, exactly. We're going to be making a whole event out of this. I mean, it's literally been like 10 years in the making, so I might as well make an event out of it, right? I was literally 13 years old when Attack on Titan first aired, so it's like, you know, been through a lot of life since then. So yeah, what was I saying though? Yeah, I am nervous, but I think it'll ultimately be a pretty good time. How old is Attack on Titan? So Attack on Titan, the manga, let me see. Attack on Titan, the manga, first was serialized in... The manga itself was serialized in 2009 was when it began its original run, but the anime did not premiere until April 2013. That's right, April 2013, because I remember that's when I joined Crunchyroll for the first time, and that was like one of the first things I watched on there was Attack on Titan. So yeah, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years, and then like they went on a hiatus for a really long time. Like the time between season 1 and season 2 was the most severe hiatus. Season 1 started and ended in 2013, and then season 2 did not premiere until 2018. So I remember it was my freshman year of college when we finally got to season 2, and I was like, damn, took them long enough. And then we had, things were pretty consistent from there. I think season 4 first aired, it had to be 2021, yeah, because it was my junior year of college at that point. So yeah. And then things kind of screeched to a halt with like the last half of like what was supposed to be the final season. Like technically this is still like the finale for season 4, I guess. It's just been a really long time in the making. I'm sure there's probably some production fuckery behind the scenes that went on that like slowed down production, especially because like MAPPA as a studio are working on so many projects here lately. So I'm sure that had something to do with it. I don't know the ins and outs specifically, but I just know animation is hell. It's beautiful, but oh boy, working in it is pure hell. That's as far as I know. But yeah, that's the dealio with that. All right. Oh shoot. You know what I just realized? I failed to... Where's my water bottle at? We're just gonna use my water bottle. Oh shoot. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Give me 1 second. And we're back. Sorry about that. I realized that I forgot to fill up my paint cup. I realized I fully forgot to fill up my paint cup. before at the top of stream. I usually do that first, but because like my whole setup and everything looks different, I was like, I just completely blanked on it. But then as I went to like reach for my paintbrush, I was like, okay, time to get our paintbrush ready for paint. We're gonna dip it in water. Oh shit, there's no water in my cup. And that is the exact thought process that led us to where we are right now. Anyway, let's work on this sword, and I'll punch in a little bit here so y'all can see better. There we go. Whew. But yeah, Attack on Titan, 10 years in the making, the anime at least. It's been a long time coming. The manga itself finished, it finished up back in 2021. So the manga readers have known what's about to go down tomorrow for about 2 years at this point. And I have managed to avoid spoilers pretty adeptly at this point, up until this point, and I hope to keep things that way right up until the bitter end. I haven't been this excited about a finale though in a minute though. I'm excited. Whew. It's gonna be fun times. It's gonna be fun times. I'm probably gonna be devastated, but we'll see what happens. We shall see. We shall see what happens. All right. So for this sword, we were doing a bunch of glazing. Manga readers always know exactly, Gray. Exactly. Gray, out of curiosity, 'cause like, you know, you're a very busy, very artistic person. What have you been working on recently? What types of projects have you been working on that have apparently been keeping you up late at night, judging by your comment earlier about not being in bed this early usually? Oh, Godzilla, what's good? Speaking of what? How do I want to do this? I want to... Let's see, let's get out our Vallejo medium blue. This blue, right here. Working with this new camera angle is weird. Have I read Chainsaw Man Volume 12? Oh yeah, I've read Chainsaw Man Volume 12. I've read Chainsaw Man Volume 12. Yes, yes, yes. Very interesting plot line developing there. I like the concept of the war devil. That to me is fascinating, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I know like some people, I know like some manga readers for Chainsaw Man are a bit like lukewarm toward the second arc, but I like it so far. I think it's pretty interesting. And like, no, because this is Chainsaw Man we're talking about here, right? Like, I'm confident that like shit's gonna go back to being like, I mean, shit's already pretty batshit, but like I'm confident it's gonna go back to being like, you know, batshit here, you know, in due time. I'm in a production for a play plus classwork. Oh, interesting. But of course, what's this play about? And right now, by the way, y'all, I'm just mixing I'm mixing a 2-to-1 ratio of Vallejo medium blue and Vallejo deep sky blue together. And we're gonna thin this down into a glaze consistency. And this is going to form, but I've been sick, so not working on much this week. Oh, sorry fam, hope you're feeling better now. Hopefully you're feeling better now. Alright, let's mix these colors up real quick. There we go. Nice, that looks pretty good. Wash this brush off. This poor brush has been through so much this project, my goodness. It is really a trooper though. Alright, and we're gonna take our actual brush in question, we're gonna load this up with some water, and we're gonna start grabbing this and thinning it down. There we go. Perfection. I gotta remember to stay on the lower left-hand corner of, see. There we go. Perfect. Let's test out this consistency right here. Our fingernail, and perfect. That's a good consistency. You know, as a mod, I can't actually tell you the plot of the play in any detail. It's too graphic. Oh, okay, all right. Understood, Gray. Understood. Well, no need then. No need then if that is truly the case. I I hope production's been going well though, all the same. Hopefully things have been, you know, despite being super busy, hopefully this production has been kind to you and your crew. Hopefully you're able to still get stuff done in what feels like a comfortable amount of time for all of you. Godzilla says, huh? I'm like, dang. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, dang, of all the things you've worked on, Gray, like, if this is like the one you can't talk, like, say anything about, then this one must be pretty interesting. Interesting spelled inch, like the unit of measurement, and resting, like what I'm going to do after stream tonight. When I go to sleepy bye. Yes. I know that sounds so sus. Yeah, I mean, you don't say there, partner. Shit. My goodness. Sir? What do you mean, sir? What'd I say? Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Perfection. All right. What are you doing when I go to bed? Sleep. I said I was going to rest. I said I was going to go. I was going to go to sleep. I was like inch as I was like resting. I said inch and I said resting. Shouldn't have come from pa. No, because you know, like sometimes like when people are like you know, I was like sometimes when people are like they want to say interesting, they're like instead of saying like interesting, like they spell it out normally, they say like interesting, because like makes it sound, when you like say it out phonetically, it sounds like you're saying it like in a British accent, like interesting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is coming through at all. Point is, I'm gonna sleep good tonight because I am tired. I've had a busy week. Godzilla says, whoa, that's wild. I know, crazy, right? Sleep, what a concept. What a flippin' concept. How's this? This is pretty dry. Okay, next layer of glazing. Perfect. And again, we are brushing toward the tip when glazing because I want the strongest bits of color to filter toward the top. So I want all the paint to be deposited in that direction. And of course, as we recall from earlier in this project, wherever the brush lands is where the most paint is going to be deposited. So yo, I got a broom vacuum in its life chain. Dude, I know. My broom vacuum is like literally such a godsend. Like that is one of my favorite things I own, period. Like broom vacuums are so fucking elite, dude, and I am so happy you have one too. Oh shit, when do we get so close to 150 subs? Good question. We've been at 147 for a while now. But yeah, we're very close to 150 subs, which I am very excited about. And I appreciate y'all and your support. The Dirt Devil, yeah. Gotta go with Dirt Devil, the classic. Tried and true, they call it the Dirt Devil for the reason. You know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with a classic Dirt Devil. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about the fact that we're so close to 150 subs. Very, very, very excited about that. So clutch. No, I agree with you, Flacco. I freaking agree with you. Whew. Yeah, I love my Dirt Devil very much. It's got a decent warranty on it too, which honestly I'm pretty excited about. Okay. We're not gonna go through too many layers of this glazing. Just a few more should do the trick here for us. Need to sort of remix that with the... Let's see, that doesn't seem to be very thin. Yeah, but it's just thin enough. Jennifer Varghese, I won't lie, I'm more of a Tinico guy. Hi, Jennifer, welcome in. I see you're brand new here. Appreciate you for dropping in. Hope you had a good Friday. Appreciate you stopping by, yeah. Just doing some, well, some good old-fashioned mini painting here, because that's what we do here on Chimera Games primarily, is we paint miniatures like these, in case you haven't seen any of my other socials where I kind of talk about this ad nauseum. But yeah. Whew. But yeah, here we go. More Vertinico girl. Yeah, that's a good brand too. I knew someone who had one of those once upon a time. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Whew. Sorry, I thought I saw a bug crawling up my wall out of the corner of my eye just now, y'all. You know, ever since that freaking night, like months ago, when I think we were working on what? We were working on the Castigator back then, when that roach like crawled up behind me and it came into like frame through my webcam, and I was like, oh my god. And I had to go. Yeah, Gray, were you not here that night? Were you not here the night that I almost got assassinated by a cockroach? I know Godzilla was here, because I mean, true to his nature, he was rooting for the bug, because, you know, bugs gotta look out for each other. He is, after all, Godzilla Nid. Oh shit, you know what? You were here that night. That's what I thought. Yeah, the roach that almost beat you. Exactly. Oh, speaking of Godzilla Nid, and also Nikki's here too. They got some recent posts that we're gonna take a look at actually here in a little bit too. We'll take a break between this and airbrushing. Yes, you did take bets, because I came back and saw the chat window afterward, and I was like, bro, come on now, you guys, have some faith in your boy. But yeah, I want to take a look at some more of our friends' work from the past week, because there have been some new posts both from Nikki and from Godzilla Nid that we're going to take a look at, and also Ultra Lord, aka Poster Boy Paints, if he pulls up. Well, I might just show them anyway, even if he doesn't pull up, because I think he might be busy tonight. I definitely want to give him a shout out all the same, though. Definitely want to still give him a shout out all the same. If you post my reel, someone kind of famous just liked it. Oh, okay, bet. I'll check that out. Your most recent reel, right, Nikki? Hold on, let's see, I'm gonna need a little bit more water here. Yeah, gotcha, okay. Freddie Prinze Jr. No fucking way. Are you serious? That's fucking wild. Not the Freddie Prinze Jr. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Hold on, I gotta put my brush down real quick. Die the fuck out. No fucking way. No fucking way. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Time out. No fucking. Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Hold on. Okay, let me hold on. Let me get the monitor set up real quick. Yo, you have gotta be fucking kidding me. Not the Freddie Prinze Jr. liking your post. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's crazy. For those of you who do not remember Freddie Prinze Jr., well, first of all, here is the wonderful Nikki's sorry, I'm fuck. Miniature page, Ghost Cat Mini Art. You can go follow him if you would like to. But if y'all don't remember who Freddie Prinze Jr. is, if y'all watch the OG, oh, I can't search because, oh yeah, there he is right there. Oh my god, the OG Scooby-Doo movies, like Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed from like the early 2000s. Freddie Prinze Jr. That was Freddie. That was Freddie from those movies. An absolute goat in his own right. Wow, there he is right there. That's fucking awesome, man. Dude, that's like also your Minotaur here looks fucking amazing. Love the OSL on the plasma pistol here. Looks fantastic. Cloak looking dope. I love the decals here, especially like on the thrusters of the jump pack. That looks fucking amazing. You did great freehanding work on this shield, by the way, too. He has minis on his page. Wait, hold on. That's crazy. Hold on. I gotta go back, find him. Oh my god, page wouldn't load. Sorry, the awesomeness of that literally broke Instagram real quick. Whoopsie daisy. But wow, that's crazy. I saw the thumbnail of the one miniature post he had. Let me see if I can try and get that to load. Hold on. This is crazy. Boom, there it is right there. Wow. He walks so Ryan Gosling's can. Yes, Flacco, I agree. He walks so that Ryan Gosling's Ken could fucking run. I agree. This also looks hella sick. I love this. Wow. He's so real for that. Oh, he's got another one right here too. Damn. Nice. Those coats are looking hella smooth too. I like this paint holder he's got too. This mini holder, this is a nice one. Love the 3D base too. 3D printed base. That's pretty dope. Ooh, got some, Battletech going on here. Nice. Love that. Good shit. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Dickie. Let's real quick go into Godzilla Knit's profile real quick because, first of all, got some great Gigan art here, by the way, by Godzilla Knit, which looks hella dope. Love the geometry here. Love the colors. You have a good eye for color, Godzilla Knit. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you got a great eye for color. But I commend you for that. But here's his most recent project right here. We got Commander Dante of the Blood Angels. Make sure to send him over to me. No, for real. Like Freddie Prinze Jr., if you're watching this, go check out my friend Godzilla Knit too. You got to drop a like for sure. But yeah, I love the blood splatter on the armor. Love the sheen on the armor too. I'd be curious to know which gold paint you used for this. Love the detail. Love the storytelling here, especially as well. This is great. Good shit, fam. And then, give me 1 second, I'm just trying to fix something on the monitor here. Oh, here we go, nice. Alright, cool, that's fixed now. Here we go, too. Right here on our boy Ultra Lord's page, which you can follow at Posterboy Paints right here. We got a freshly painted D&D Owlbear, which looks hella good, love the eyes. Very dynamic, love the light values. You know, it's hard to make something, you know, that's basically pure white look really good. But as you can see, our boy Ultra Lord achieved it in grand style, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Got some other cool things here, like his Scarab Occult Terminators for Warhammer 40k, more relevant to what we're doing here, you know, with Warhammer and everything. Looks fantastic. Painting all this gold trim and yellow details on Thousand Suns is a lot harder than it looks, y'all. It is a lot harder than it looks. And the fact that he has the patience for this, I will always admire, for sure. Gold trim is hell. Truly gold trim is hell. I agree. I fully agree. But yeah, there we go. All right. Yes. All right, back to painting. Back to our own painting now. Here we go. Oh, geez. Sorry about the background noise, y'all. My radiator's been acting up like all week. I need to get that fixed soon. Or I've been trying to get it fixed soon, but things have not been in my favor. This is one of the things that's been exhausting the ever-living crap out of me this week, if I'm being so for real. I painted 20... Oh my god! You had the patience to paint 20 of those? 20 Rubric Marines for your friend. Wow, you're a good friend. First of all, Godzilla, and don't ever let your friend tell you you're not a good friend, because you are, because you were willing to paint 20 Rubric Marines for him, or for them. Which is just, in and of itself, just a feat for the ages, truly. Dang, 20 rubrics. Sheesh. I don't think I could get through painting like 5. I really don't think I could get through painting like 5 even. That sounds like that sound means there's a roach infestation. Nah, there's just something wrong with my pipes. They've got like a bunch of air trapped in them, and unfortunately, because this radiator is so old, the radiator. No. It's like I'm not the one who turned on the radiator. So typically, like New York City buildings, if you don't pay for heat, which I don't, that's not like in my utility charges or anything like that, then you don't control your own heat. So like building management controls like when the heat gets turned on, basically. So, and like even like, and to me, it's not that cold. Like it's been like what, 50s, low 60s here lately. I'm like, it is not cold enough. In my mind, it is not cold enough for like any sort of like climate control to be turned on. You got to pay for heat. I pay for I don't pay for heat and water. I pay for like electric and Wi-Fi and gas, which I guess is technically heat. I don't know. Point is, I can't control when I turn on my own heat. And so to that end, I really need my super to come in and fix that, because in order to like bleed the trapped air out of this radiator, since it's so old, it's going to require a bit of a special touch that I do not quite have, a special touch that I do not want to be liable for should something happen, right? So yeah, a layout worked like that. Yeah, in Chicago, I bet it did. Because this building is old. I think this building, like, this is a pre-war building, so it's like, you know, older than the 40s, so, you know, lots of ancient shit going on in here. Not in like the cool spooky way, but in the annoying and inconvenient and might be low-key hampering my quality of life type of way. But so it goes. But yeah, hopefully I can get that fixed. But yeah, sorry for all the random popping noises, you guys. Hopefully it's not like too bad over the stream. I am monitoring stream audio through my headset, and at least right now, to me, it doesn't sound too bad. But y'all, you know, let me know if I'm off the mark. Yeah, 1 a.m. sounded like a witch boiling shit in your bedroom. Exactly. Sounds like a witch's cauldron burning up in there. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Here we go. Just need to thin my paint down just a little bit more. Shoutouts to Vince Venturella, hobbying legend, whose video on glazing helped me really crack the code when it comes to like getting the right consistency and refining your technique for glazing in general too. Without that video, this project definitely would have been a wash, not gonna lie. So yeah, shoutouts to him. What a freaking legend. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Don't need too much down here at the base. I just wanted like a little bit of like an indication of like build up of the glow, I guess you can say. We're gonna do the same little like lightning crackling effect that we did on the Seraphim's swords as well, on the Gemini Superior's swords as well on this one. Just because I thought that looked pretty cool on their swords, and I kind of want Celestine's to match as well, so... Not kinda, I do want Celestine's to match as well, so that's exactly what we're gonna do here. That's exactly what we are going to do here. Okay, let me close out of this notification. What is this? Okay, there we go. Boom. Alright. Alright. I think we're ready to move on to the next... Yeah, for what I want to do, yeah, this will be good enough to move on to the next, whatchamacallit, the next color step, which is just going to be pure deep sky blue. There we go, pure deep sky blue from Vallejo. Here we go. Pour some of that right there. We don't need much, because we're not going to be doing too many layers of this color. Okay. And we just need to load our brush up with water, and then we just drag. Because this is a lighter color, we don't need to thin this one quite as aggressively in order to get the right glaze consistency that we're going for. In fact, we should not glaze it we should not thin it down too aggressively. Otherwise, the paint's just going to kind of deteriorate past the point of like usability. Problem is finding that balancing point can be a little tricky with your lighter colors typically. So, it's a very nice layer consistency. Did I see Flava Flav's national anthem at the Bucks game? No. What the hell? Flava Flav performed the national anthem at the Bucks game recently? That's crazy. I should check that out later. I will check that out later. I will definitely check that out later. Would love to pull it up on stream, but unfortunately we're not on Twitch, and YouTube's copyright system is a bit... Anyway, low-key iconic. Alright, but I'm gonna check that out later. I'm gonna find a clip online, I'm gonna watch that. I'll take your word for it. Just gotta get this excess water off my brush real quick. And then we need a little bit more water. A controlled amount of water. Not too much, not too little. Just about one brush load's worth. There we go. When we see the paint like blooming off the brush, I know the light's really bright, y'all, but when we see like when you touch your paint brush tip to the paper towel and it just sort of blooms off the brush, that's how you know you're just about there with in terms of the consistency. And like I said, I don't want this to be too thin because again, this is like, you know, we don't want it to fall apart on us. And I think we got right about to that balance point already. This might be actually a little too thin, but that's okay. Or this might be a little too thick actually, I might need more water. I need a little bit more water, but that's okay. We don't want this to be too watery. We gotta spread this out before it dries. You know what we can do too is what we can blend it down by using an intermediary color between our two layers that we've already between the layer we've already laid down in this one. Yeah, this will be all right. I think too that I might have misjudged the color grade, like the sort of gradient slide between deep sky blue and medium blue. I think I might have needed a different color to go in between these because it is pretty gradual, but that's okay. We will figure that we can adjust from here. We will literally just use the same edge blending techniques used in our NMM to blend down the boundary between these two, because I do like these colors together. It just can't be as much of a passive glazing as I thought it might have been able to be, but that's okay. We will literally just go back to our previous color and glaze down the boundary there, and we'll keep going back and forth between the two as necessary until everything looks pretty solid. So that's okay. There is no need to panic. This is still very much savable. Not that it needed saving in the first place, because it's still just a work in progress. We're just normal men. We're just innocent men. Have y'all seen that TikTok? I forget like what show it is from like the BBC, but it's like this like puppet, and he goes like, we're just normal men. We're just innocent men. It's like a sort of like gag moment on the show. It's like a blooper moment. It's like he like forgot his lines or something, and he just like goes on this like tangent. It's like, bro, what the fuck? It's not like referencing like literally anything. It's just like a funny moment from a show or whatever, I guess. What are those LOL, the actors are being silly goofy, oh my god, the real people type moments. Okay. I do just a little bit of edge highlighting here and there. Okay. Actually, while this layer is still a little bit wet, I might actually just, hold on. Let's grab this now. Previous glazing layer, here we go. Let's grab this now. Let's actually go over this boundary before we let this fully dry. Be curious to know. There we go. There we go. As long as we just work everything toward the middle of the blade, we should get more or less what we were originally trying to gun for, basically. This is probably going to take a few more layers, but that's okay. Backside too. There we go. Yeah, from a distance that's already starting to look pretty good. Just a few more layers of glazing and that's going to be pretty much exactly where we want it to be, which is good. Which is good. I wonder. You know, one thing I've been thinking about going for with Celestine herself is I think I might want to try and create a glow. This is going to be for later on when we get to the airbrushing step, but I think I might actually want to give her glowing eyes. I was debating whether or not I wanted to try and give her glowing eyes, but at this point, I think I'm pretty convinced that I want to give her glowing eyes. So giving her glowing eyes is exactly what we are going to do. And to do so, I'm actually going to use, hold on. I'm going to use my airbrush, but let me grab an example of this real quick. I got one right here. Yeah, we'll use my Technomancer. So here's one of my sandstone Necrons that I painted like ages ago, right? Obviously followed Midwinter Minis tutorial. You know, Midwinter Mini is one of the like top hobbying / Warhammer channels on the platform, right? And yeah, I think we're just gonna maybe stick with this technique for making her eyes glow, which is, you know, we're gonna, you know, base coat some blue down just to sort of mark the target area. We'll take a lighter blue through the airbrush, kind of like a turquoise, and, you know, just blast it through there on the targeted area. And then do some shading around the outside, and then, yeah, that'll be that. That will be that. And then boom, we have glowing eyes. I might even be able to expedite a couple of those steps since I'm using acrylic inks through my airbrush instead of just regular paints. Uh-oh. Hold on. That's a caught wire. I have so many wires and cables below my feet. I sometimes catch them by mistake with my chair, which is not very convenient. Hold on, let me just readjust this real quick. Perfect, there we go. Okay. Perfection. All right. So where was I? Yes, the sword. Yeah, these are just things I'm thinking about doing for later in the process. There we go. Consistency test. Consistency test is good. All right. And now we continue. blending all this back down. There we go. See, all these layers are just blending right back down. Perfection. And I might go back the other direction too for the sky blue. Or just might be just crisscrossing between the layers back and forth until we get a nice transition there. One that is satisfactory to us. The quality of this blend is not going to matter very much since I'm going to be painting a design over it, obviously. But I still want it to be pretty. I still want it to be on top of a solid foundation, all the same, you know? Because why not? You know, I'm actually discovering that this deep sky blue is actually pretty chalky in and of itself, meaning there's a lot of pigment in here, actually, which means that I can actually be a bit more aggressive than I thought I need it to be in order to thin it down to a glazed consistency. And by George, I think we got it. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's it right there. Then once that dries, we'll know because it's going to disappear pretty thoroughly into the rest of the sword. Hold on. Noticed paint trapped in the ferrule, the brush. That means we are going to clean this off really quickly. I'm not going to lie, all my brushes could actually use some pretty severe TLC, honestly. Maybe not severe TLC, that's being a bit hyperbolic there. But they could use some TLC though, most of my brushes. Next hobbying skill to learn for me, definitely gonna end up being brush care. Probably should have learned that earlier, but you know. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. That's been my mantra for this entire endeavor. It is never too late to start. Never too late to start. Okay. Hey, Ultralord, good to see you, buddy. We were just taking a look at your owlbear earlier when I was doing the Instagram shoutouts. You missed. We were looking at Nikki's work, and on his most recent reel, you would not believe who liked the post. The one, the only Freddie Prinze Jr., aka Freddy from those early 2000s Scooby-Doo movies. The ones from like 2002, 2004. Which we were like, dang, that's pretty dope as hell. And we all thought your owlbear looks phenomenal. How are you doing, my guy? Hope you had a good week. Shoutouts to Poster Boy Paints. Shoutouts to Ghost Cat Mini Art. Shoutouts to Godzilla Nid. Huh? What do you mean, huh? That's wild. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty fucking wild. Mm-hmm. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Let's grab some more of this. There we go. Nice. I'm not trying to have super clean lines or anything like that, or like I'm not trying to like super clearly defined sections or whatever. I kind of want them to be kind of like the areas where where the blends overlap to kind of be like kind of swirly, kind of reminiscent of the sky is kind of what I'm going for. Kind of like her cloak itself, you know. It's basically what I'm going for. But yeah, no, I thought that was so cool though. It was wild. Oh, how's your project been going for school, by the way? I'm doing well. I'm helping my father by painting some tanks right now, so there's a lot, so I'll probably be lurking a little bit. Nice, nice, okay. Good shit. Yeah, tonight, Ultra Lord, we're doing this sword action over here, and then we will be doing some airbrushing in a little bit. Orbital drop pods in. What's happening? Hey, Castellan, welcome in. Thank you for joining us, friend. How you been? How you doing? Hope you had a good week. And welcome to Chimera Games, because you are new here. I've never seen you before. Also, what an entrance, I must say. Made quite the entrance there, friend. Hold on. Okay. That started to dry up on me a little bit because this is looking a little... just a little thick for my liking. That's okay. Thank you for the greetings in chat for our new friend Castellan, y'all. Appreciate that. And my project is going really well. Working on getting a date lined up for my defense. Good stuff. Well, let's see. Wow, carrying a busted elbow bar. That all good? Oh, but that's all okay. Sorry about your elbow. My fault, fam. Hope it heals soon. Jeez, oof. Busted elbow, that's not fun, especially when you hit your funny bone. Oh god. And myself, I'm doing well, thank you. It's been a long week, you know, but I'm happy to be here, chilling out with y'all, doing some painting. We are well on our way to finally reaching the end of our Celestine project here, which is a little sad, but I will be happy to finally be done and have this project that I've been like thinking about for months, finally achieved, finally completed, finally accomplished, you know? So that's where we're at right now. I'm guessing, based on your incredible entrance, that you are a player or a painter yourself, Castellan? Okay. There we go. Get this thing back down. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom, boom. Ooh, this is very watery, but that's okay. We can make this work too. Just gotta dry off the brush real quick. Get that excess water off the handle. There we go. Perfection. Whew. Need to bring some more paint in there. That's a little too thin, as I suspected. There we go. That looks like it's just the perfect consistency right there. Test that on our finger, and it's good. Perfect. All right. Okay, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. that's looking really nice. It's looking really nice. Yeah. I am a fan. I am a fan of this. We'll just get some of our blue down here as well. I want this part near the base of the sword to be dark, but I don't want it to be that dark that it looks, you know, a little too incoherent with the rest of our stuff. So we are going to just make a nice little smooth transition right there, and that looks pretty good to me. That looks pretty good. To me. Whew. Sorry for the neck cracking ASMR there very briefly, y'all. Let's see. Chimera Games, yeah, I play and paint like Celestine looks awesome, man. Did you say it's the end of the current project? Any plans for the next project? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we are nearing the end of this current project, Castellan. After we finish Celestine, this will officially be like the end of my 2,000 points for my Sisters of Battle, which has been like a long time coming for me. I mean, I know like points values have been changing, you know, ever since like I got into the hobby 2 years ago with 9th edition, right? But you know, basically like I started this channel like sort of toward the twilight, the end, you know, of 9th edition, beginning of 10th. So my goal overall has been to like complete like a fully fledged 2,000 point army for 10th edition. And with Celestine, once she's complete, as of, you know, the latest balance update, she will be like my 2,000th point. So I'm really excited to finish her. Once she is done, we're gonna actually be taking a bit of just a bit of a break from streaming for a little bit, probably just for a week, while I get some personal life stuff sorted, and also just take a bit of a breather in celebration of this milestone for me personally. And then when we come back, we are going to be painting Death Guard. Ages ago, I ran a poll for all my subscribers. If you go through my community posts, there aren't that many of them, so you can probably find it somewhere. I put up a poll for whether or not y'all wanted me to paint Death Guard or Tyranids next, and ultimately Death Guard won out that vote, so we're going to be painting Death Guard next, and that's going to be our next army project. Probably going to take us, you know, months on end, of course, to paint up to 2,000 points, because when does it not, right, for any of us? But then, yeah, after that, even further down the line, we're probably going to hit up those Tyranids too. And yeah, that's generally like our plans for future projects. So yeah, stay tuned and subscribe as well if you want to be part of that journey. If you want to catch us when we go live every Friday night, I go live every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here at youtube.com/Chimera Games. If you want to know exactly the moment I go live, of course, you can always hit that notification bell. Also, don't forget to like stream, you guys. And thank you so much for your support, y'all. So yeah, that is where we are at, Castellan. That is where we are at. Also, let's see, you paint, you play too. Okay, cool. So what army or armies are you into, Castellan? Where was I? Oh yes, I was gonna paint. I need to glaze this layer some more. Yes. Death Guard, nice. Not about 2k points. Got about, sorry, my pointer was in the way. Death Guard, nice. Got about 2k points, not painted. Hated facing them on the tabletop. Also currently working on Tyranids. Oh, also Subdue. Oh, thank you so much for the subscribe. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't, like, you know, give you like a shout out or anything like that. Stream elements plus YouTube is a very bad combination. YouTube is very greedy with the data it likes to share with stream elements, and so my notifications just don't work. But thank you so much for the subscription, Castellan. I greatly appreciate that. Also, Tyranids is a great choice. Our friend Godzillanid here, as the name might suggest to you, is our resident Tyranid guy. He loves Tyranids. Also paints some fantastic Tyranids as well. So yeah, you're in good company. Is that the bubblegum color scheme for the next project? Yes, it is, Gray. That's exactly what I was referring to, correct. Bubblegum Death Guard coming down the pipeline here pretty soon. Facing Death Guard, interesting. I've heard stories about facing Death Guard. I know at the beginning of 10th they were like pretty weak, but I've heard they're actually pretty sweet now. I've never faced Death Guard. I've only ever faced Thousand Suns and Black Legion Chaos Space Marines. Oh wait, that's not true. I faced Ward Bearers one time and got absolutely annihilated. That was like my 5th game ever of 40k, and it was bad. It went really, really bad. I went with a very shooty sisters list. Big mistake, because those Word Bearers, they, with their melee and everything, they like closed in on me, and it was basically just like a multi-turn countdown timer to when I would eventually be completely tabled by my opponent. Not that it had to be that way, but that's the way it ended up being, because I still sucked at the game back then. Still kind of do, but a lot less. I have at least 1 win under my belt. My win-loss record right now is like, what, 1-18? Not that I care about the number, it's just, you know, fun to keep track of, but yeah. My understanding is that Death Guard are extremely tanky despite their low movement speed, and their debuffs are a pain, or can be a huge pain. So yeah, looking forward to actually getting to play with them though, myself. I'm really looking forward to getting to paint Mortarion, because that, in my opinion, is the most gorgeous model in the game. Second most. They're still the Triumph of St. Catherine, but Mortarion is like up basically tied for first. I think that model's just so freaking cool. Low-key, the last tournament I played in Death Guard won. Really? Fascinating. And that was pretty recent, right? That was like, what, a couple weeks ago at this point, Ultra Lord? I remember I remember we talked about it. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I think one more layer of medium blue glazing, and that's probably going to be it for the glazing of the sword here, actually. I need to go back and do like 1 or 2. Yeah, within the last month. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. Nice. That's cool. Wait, remind me, what place did you get in that tournament again? And you brought your 1,000 Suns with you to that tournament, right? Yeah, we need to smooth this transition back out the other way. So we're going to grab our deep sky blue and... Here we go. Nothing wrong with losses. Went on a 19-game loss record, but actually had a belt made and boasting about nice about being the I love about being the #1 wooden spoon champion. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We love the flair. We love the flair. Oh my gosh. If you're gonna go down, you gotta do it in style. That's what I'm talking about. Respect. Let's see here. Make sure this is actually a good consistency, and that's pretty good. A little watery, that's good. 6 out of 15 with your Eldar. Okay. Yes. I remember now. 6 out of 15. Not bad. Above the 50% mark there. That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. Good stuff. Do you think next time you go out to like a tournament or whatever, you're gonna bring your Eldar, or are you gonna bring something else? I wasn't running a super competitive list, but it was fun. Good shit. And honestly, I'm sure everyone else at that tournament appreciated the fact that you did not run a super competitive Eldar list, because super competitive Eldar lists, as we all know very well, if you've been paying attention to the health of 10th edition, have been pretty oppressive here lately. Pretty strong, one might say. One might argue rather successfully. And it scares the other players smiling winning last place. Yeah. The psychological warfare, Kastan. I dig it. That's what happens when you lose with style. You'd be like, what? Was that part of your plan the entire time? Okay, let's see. to readjust my grip right there for a split second. Yeah, we need to go back the other direction for that. That was a bit of a mistake. That's okay, though. That is okay. What's the consistency like? Pretty good. For our purposes right now, for what we need this to do specifically in this moment, this is good enough. Let me get that water off the ferrule right there. I'd probably run my 1,000 Suns. I played like 6 games in 10th, all with my Eldars, so I think it's time for a switch up. Plus, I need something to force me to finish on my 1,000 Suns backlog. True. True. What do you have left to paint for your 1,000 Suns? Also, out of curiosity, do you, when you go to play competitively with your 1,000 Suns, do you bring that Mutaleth Vortex Beast proxy that you used in the games that you and I played? Because that thing is sick as hell. I hope you're able to bring it. I mean, I know oftentimes you're not really able to bring proxies, but like that proxy, everyone should be making exceptions for, because that one's pretty freaking cool. An unholy amount. I heard that, man. I heard that. I feel that in my soul, in my spirit. Nice. Okay. I haven't used it in a tournament, so I'd have to ask the organizer to the store I go to. Okay, bet. I see. Alright, we've got this sword just about where we want it to be at this point, I think. Yes, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I see is missing. You know what I might do, actually? Here's something I wanted to try. It's based the right way and about the right size, so I'd assume it'd be fine. Yeah, especially because, like, that model would be, excuse me, measured from the edge of its base instead of like its body parts, because of how it fits onto the base. So I feel like it would be fine, right? Yeah. We're gonna take some of our thinned down deep sky blue, and I'm gonna take my stippling brush, which I cut from an old, very old brush. This is like one of the very first brushes I ever used. It was like very cheap. I got this for like pennies on the dollar. Cut it into a stippling brush so it can have a new lease on life. And we're gonna take this. I'm gonna test this real quick. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, perfect. I want to do a little bit of, just the tiniest bit of light stippling on this sword blade to go along with what we're about to do next. I might need to actually use the slightly stronger paint. Let's see. The slightly less thin paint actually is what we're gonna use for this. I'm gonna dab some of that off on the paper towel real quick. Let's see, test that on our hand. We don't want this to be super heavy, so we would just want to make sure we get enough of the paint off before we go any further. How long have I been painting Castellan? I started painting in December of 2021, so next month it'll be my 2-year painting anniversary. Yes. Make sure I didn't get any road paint on the model where it doesn't belong, because I just touched it with this brush. And we are good. We are so good. Nice. How about you, Castellan? How long have you been painting for? Yeah, this is just about what I wanted. Or maybe I should... No, I don't want to dry brush this, actually. I might just, like, very gently dry brush the very edges, kind of like that. Yeah, that works. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright, and now... Jesus, you're up to my level, and I played the game since back then, the end of 2nd edition, nearing 20 years. Wow. That's a long time. That's amazing. I don't know too many people at all who've been playing for nearly 20 years. That's sick. Also, you're very kind, Castellan. Thank you. I appreciate that. This has been, like, ever since I got into this hobby, it's, like, become, like, just my absolute favorite thing. And, not saying I don't like to, like, work hard on, like, the things I enjoy in life in general, you know, like, become better at them, but, like, this has been, like, just because I love it so much, this has been, like, the easiest thing, not the easiest thing, this has been, like, the one thing I've been, like, the most motivated to, like, get better at, and I'm very grateful for the fact that I found my way to this, you know, and that I have been able to learn so much in such a short amount of time. 2 years is still a decently long amount of time, but it's also a short amount of time at the same time, depending on how you're looking at it. But yeah, you get my point, though. My point is, thank you, I appreciate that. You are very kind. Where am I going now? Back over to this brush, and we need some white paint. We need white paint now. This white paint from last week completely dried up because I put it on a dry spot on my wet palette. Also, there's a dry spot on my wet palette. Whoops. All right. That is all right. That is okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Castellan, since you've been playing for and painting for 20 years, I'm curious to know which out of all the editions you've played through, which one's your favorite? I was actually just talking to someone in one of the comment sections on what my most recent short about 4th edition, and like the explosive ordnance vehicle damage profiles or something like that. That was like a thing in 4th edition, and we were chatting about how, like, I think that's actually such a cool concept that, like, would actually be pretty cool for 10th edition. Just because we're in such a vehicle heavy meta right now. Yeah, YouTube vids. Yeah, honestly, you are absolutely right, Castellan. YouTube has been like a huge help in my development as a mini painter. Everything I know, I've learned from either YouTube or people like Ultralord, my moderator you see here in the chat. He and I were IRL best friends, and he's been in the hobby for a really long time. So whenever I needed like a quick tip or help with like a painting problem, he was always there to back me up too. Ever since I started this channel too, people like Godzilla and Nikki, who are also mini painters here in the chat with us as well. Whenever I last week or something, I got stuck on something to do with what was it that I had gotten stuck on something with the painting we were working on. Oh no, it was with the skin, and even Flago helped out with that too, and everyone like chimed in with suggestions and whatnot. So yeah, my point is, my painting development skills have been very much the development of my painting skills has very much been a group effort, and I'm very grateful to all the different resources provided by other members of the Warhammer community, either through YouTube or just through like helpful comments that have helped me to improve immensely over the last couple of years. Yeah, YouTube has definitely been like a tremendous jump starter for me. For sure. Alright, now we're just going for the emitter on the sword right now. There we go. Perfect. Dude, I remember 5th, I think, and vehicle sniping was so crazy. You'd shoot a rocket at a tank, and assuming you get through the armor, you have a 1 in 6 chance of just getting destroyed. Really? Of it just getting destroyed? That's interesting. November 5th, I think of the vehicle sniper was so... And it's great that the veteran painters can help, and now you're passionate. Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And now you're passing knowledge to the kids who were not born with the 3rd edition. When 3rd edition was about. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I think they still have the damage dice they made available specifically for the damage table. Interesting. I didn't realize they had specific dice for it too. That's crazy. And that veteran players can help, and now you're passing the knowledge to kids who were not born when the 3rd edition was about. Yep. Gosh. Yeah, it's great that like all these different like generations of like hobbyists and painters can like come together and like mix and match their knowledge, you know? The possibilities that opens up for people who are just getting into the hobby, especially to like figure out their own style too, based on that collective knowledge. Fantastic stuff right there, man. Fantastic stuff, truly. Plus, the hobbying community is so great too. Everyone's so helpful, so resourceful, so smart, so creative too. Like getting to see other people's work is it's just really freaking cool. You know? And speaking of other people's work, if you got like, I don't know if you post your work anywhere or anything like that, Castellan, but if you do, let us know. We'd be glad to take a peek-sees. Hey, G-Dog, what's good? I've just finished painting my first Death Guard space. Hey, turn up. Good stuff. Congratulations. Oh yeah, so how did that turn out for you? Because I know last time when you were here last week, you were talking about how like you're feeling a little nervous about painting up Death Guard. Now we're gonna go for the lightning now. Here on Celestine's sword. I think I might just use my other brush, but we'll see. There we go. Did you know GW focused on you making your own custom vehicles like a shampoo graph tank? Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Is that true? I mean, what? Wait, you're gonna have to elaborate on this, Castellan, because this is something I've actually never heard of before. No, we're gonna switch to AIRBRUSH. Wait, Ultra Lord, for real? 2nd and 3rd edition, they allowed creativity. Damn. What the hell? So like people were like literally making their own vehicles out of like shampoo bottles and shit? Wait. I bought both the contrast and the base paints and tested them out and preferred the base. I think it turned out pretty good. I might have overdone it with the grime though. Hey. Is there really such thing as overdoing it when it comes to the Death Guard, though? If we're being honest with ourselves here. When it comes to the Death Guard, you can never have too much grime. That's awesome. Congratulations on finishing your first Death Guard Plague Marine, my guy. How many more do you have to go? Did you get the whole box, or did you just buy an individual one? Let's see. I had a friend who made an AT-AT action figure into a Tau tank when they came out by rubber banding 2 hammerhead turrets to it. Oh my god. That's actually incredible. I might have bought the Combat Patrol. Hey, turn up. Good stuff. Good stuff. What the hell? cannot believe your friend made a Tau tank out of an AT-AT. That's crazy. Like, that's something I couldn't even like imagine happening today, because those are like two very different franchises we're crossing streams with here. Damn. Crossover event of the millennia right there. My goodness. You know, speaking of, well, I guess, speaking of crossovers, just a very quick aside, I don't know if anyone here plays Magic the Gathering, but you know how, like, Magic the Gathering did a collab with Warhammer 40k, like, ages ago? Well, now one of their next ones coming up is actually Marvel now, which I'm just like, holy crap. And, like, listen, I have my thoughts about Universes Beyond as a Magic player, but, now that they've gotten their hands on Marvel, low-key, I hope they can get their hands on Star Wars. I think some Star Wars Magic cards would look pretty cool. Just saying. I did like the Warhammer ones. I especially liked the Necron cards. Especially loved the one they made for my boy Trays in the Infinite. That one was pretty cool. I like the Doctor Who cards that they released too. But that's neither here nor there. Crossover still happens today. Ah, word. Okay. Nice. Oh, you know what? I did see, the last time I went to the store to play, they are the Tau Empire, that's true. They are the Tau Empire. Last time I went to the store to play, actually, someone had actually, one of those, like, I forget what they're called, what the, like, actual brand name for them, like, one of the Chibi Gundam toys. Someone had brought one of those for, oh god, what's the Tau unit? It's, yeah, the Crisis Battle Suits. They were using, like, the Chibi Gundam toys as, like, Crisis Battle Suits. And I was like, that's pretty fucking sick. I dig it. Alright, let's get this lightning done, dude. Nikki says, I vaguely remember as a kid I had some kind of Star Wars cards. No idea what. Oh! Shoot. I know. I can see the cards in my head that you might be talking about, Nikki. I cannot remember the name of the specific Star Wars game, though. Either. I can't remember the specific. Excuse me, I can't remember the specific Star Wars game either, but, I do see it in my head. I just can't. The name is. I'm drawing a complete blank on the name right now, though. I'm not gonna lie. Just a little. There we go. Let this catch the edge for a quick, cheeky little edge highlight. Have a long project in place building an Orc Gargant for 40k and a Leviathan land ship. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. Those are two very big boys. Two very big boys. Best of luck with all of that. How many hours into each of those would you say you are at this point, Castellan? $100 each. Dang. The fact that you have the patience for that, impressive. I commend you, sir. I commend you. Whew. 100 hours. AKA the amount of time it took me to get my first ever game clear in Dark Souls 3. Ooh, that was a time. I'm gonna do a little bit more edge highlighting on the scrolls down here, actually, now that I think about it. What time is it? Not even 9 o'clock yet. Perfect. We are doing fantastically on time right now. Once we get started blasting with the airbrush, that's not going to take too long at all. That is not going to take too long at all. And then depending on where we're at, we might just get to the bases tonight too. Although I am going to need to give my texture paints. I'm making sections for Kill Team. Battles has been tricky. What do you mean, Kiston? What makes it what's made it so tricky? There we go. I think the lightning effect on the sword looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. Looks coherent at the very least with what we've done on the cape. So I am satisfied with that. Alright, let me go find some black paint real quick. Let's see. This bottle is kind of on its last legs, but let's see if we can get a little bit more, eke a little bit more out of it before it finally goes down for good. I should have stored this upside down so all the excess would have flowed to the bottom. Perfect. That's kind of all we need right there. Alright. Let us now do this. Let's make some just like scribbles on here. Try to be a bit more free flowy with them. Outside section and inside was going for boarding actions. Oh, interesting, interesting. I see, I see. Ah, yeah, so I can see how like laying out that architecture would be kind of complicated for the project as a whole. That's a sick idea though. I hope that turns out well. I hope that turns out well for you. I gotta go, but have a good rest of stream. Alright, great. Thanks so much for popping in, fam. Have a great rest of your night. Great seeing you as always. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you next week. And good luck with the show, too, as well, fam. Hope everything continues to go well with that. Okay. Let's see... There we go. Don't mind a big thick line like that. Add some variety, why not? Let's see here. Let's see. There's some right there, right there. These don't have to be nearly as precise. Good stuff. Perfect. Okay, let's try to get that inside scroll as well. Let's see, we'll start from this end since it's a bit easier to reach, and we'll just go from there. Like I said, we'll try to add some visual variety to each of these squiggles so it doesn't just look like a bunch of lines. So it kind of reads more as like a text that someone wrote down. However haphazardly they might have written it down. You got a decent Steam show. Have you always been painting on or other platforms like Oh, good question. Yeah. So to answer oh goodness me, my voice. So have you always been painting or yeah, so good question. So I have not always been painting like online or anything like that. I how did I get so basically the way I sort of so I, especially back when I was in like school, I would make like movies with my friends, and I was our editor. And so I would do all my editing and color correction, color grading, stuff like that, which I learned while I was in school. Even though film wasn't my major, I still learned video editing in school, which I was very grateful to be able to do. And I used this machine that I'm streaming from right now for that. And that kind of lended itself really nicely to like me finding my way to eventually want to become like a content creator. And I basically bought my the DSLR that I used to like film movies and stuff with my friends. I had also like bought that off of someone for like pretty cheap, and all I needed from there basically was like a capture card. Since like capture card technology was like pretty, you know, it's much more accessible than it used to be like 10 or 15 years ago, you know. So yeah, so I kind of had like a lot of the sort of tools of the trade that I needed already to become like a streamer, which I was very happy for. Yeah, and then I remember like I saved up money from working at my at a local movie theater. That's how I got this microphone right here. And then what else? Yeah, and then sort of everything's just sort of like you know, fell into place. Not the microphone, sorry, I don't know why I said the microphone, I meant the webcam. The microphone was actually a gift from a friend of mine who did not need it anymore, so I was like, you know what, I will take my hands off of that. I will take that off of, oh my god, I cannot talk, I'm so tired. I will take that off of your hands for you, is what I said. So yeah, that's how we ended up where we are today. I'm going to have to pick your brain on Insta about your setup. I really want to make videos, maybe do some more tutorials. Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Hit me up on Instagram, Nikki. We can chat on there for sure. I can point you toward like the resources I use to sort of like figure out all that stuff, and also give some recommendations too. I will say, just because I'm not particularly shy about it or whatever, the camera. Also, how did you get your YouTube image? That's a great question. So I wish Gray had stuck around, because they're the ones who actually designed that for me. I commissioned them to design my channel avatar, and also also like the art you see on stream when I like throw up my be right back screen, or my starting soon screen, or my end screen. All those were designed by Gray. Gray, in addition to being a costume designer, is also an illustrator and an animator as well. So they came in clutch for that. Gray, and also my friend Skywalker, who's not here tonight. Skywalker's another one of my mods, and also a very close friend of mine as well. He designed the channel banner using some of like Gray's art. He built and like some reference images I sent him. He constructed the channel banner. So shout outs to the two of them. They were an immense help in helping get this channel up and running. I realized when I was like thinking about this channel, and I was thinking about like, where am I gonna get art and stuff, I was like, wait a second. I think I'm very grateful to have some very creative friends in my life, and so I will recruit them in my silly little shenanigans and make sure they are paid, because I always believe in paying artists what they are worth. It's like, even though they're my friends, I probably could have asked them to do it for me for free. I was like, nah, I gotta pay y'all for sure. Nikki, your tutorials would go, oh yeah, I'm sure Nikki's tutorials would go hard too. I filmed and edited how to do a bronze armor, and I paint, how to do the, okay, sorry, I misread that. I filmed and edited how to do the bronze armor I paint, but it looks terrible. gonna need to reshoot the whole thing. Understandable, but listen, even though like I know like visual clarity is something that's very important for our artistic medium, just because like we have to be able to see like the details on all of our miniatures and whatnot pretty clearly, I'll say this is a tip I got from a professor of mine while I was in school, when it comes to like making any sort of video project, which is that at the end of the day, when it comes to like filmmaking, what's gonna actually end up being most important at the end of the day is going to be the quality of your sound. Video quality is neither here nor there. You know, the human eyes, the human mind, the human brain can adjust to like video quality, right? Especially because like video quality, you know, can be and often is an aesthetic choice, right? But if your sound is garbage, oh, that's gonna be terrible. That's actually gonna be the thing that makes the overall viewing experience worser for the audience. And then also too, you don't notice the sound until it's bad, is what my teachers taught. You don't notice the sound until it's bad, is what. Yep, exactly. You do not notice sound until it is bad. Exactly. I concur with that. That is so real. That is so real. But yeah, from there, actually, what I would recommend too is, and I can also like tell you like about GearX for this as well. Lighting is very important too. So I don't know if you remember my like early streams, Nikki, from like back before I moved, but you know, the how often do I stream with work in mind? Oh yeah, so since I work full-time, I literally only stream once a week. I would like to expand that in the future. In fact, I have plans on it, how I can maybe expand on that in the future, but I only stream once a week on Friday nights just because, you know, I work full-time. It's kind of the only time I have to do it. So, you know, but it's enough for me, especially because like it's like my it helps me maintain like a pretty healthy relationship with the hobby too, because instead of like feeling pressured to like, you know, find every bit of time I can find in order to like get a certain project done, just having that isolated time once a week to work on a project has been like immensely helpful in just like improving my overall relationship with my hobby, and avoid like, you know, super duper burnout. Lighting was a huge problem as well, super blown out. That's why I scrapped it, to be honest. Gotcha. Yeah. I was gonna say about my old my older streams. So like this face cam that I'm using, this webcam that I'm using, which is a Logitech C920. This is the exact same camera that I used back then. But if you look back at my older streams, the lighting sucked because I didn't have much lighting available to me at the time, and so the video quality looks like worse, even though it's the exact same camera. So lighting is definitely something you want to invest in too, for sure. And we can talk more about this later, because I know you said you wanted to pick my brain about this over Instagram, and I'll definitely like I can definitely chat with you about it in there before I go on too much of a ramble. But yeah, we can definitely talk GearX and stuff, because there's actually some pretty decent, pretty affordable gear out there that produces some pretty high quality results for the price point. Because even though it's nice to, it would be nice to have, you know, for our purposes, you don't really need like the newest 4K cameras. I think this camera that I have does shoot in 4K, just because 4K is becoming like more, because it's becoming more standard, it's becoming a lot more accessible. That's the thing I love about like photo video technology and about like TV monitors and stuff like that. It's like as the newer stuff becomes more commonplace and becomes more ubiquitous, it just gets a hell of a lot cheaper, which is always, you know, a win for us all. I need to paint the purity seal on the back side here, because I noticed that earlier. I didn't realize I hadn't gotten to that yet. Alright, here we go. Uh-oh. Got some paint on the booth, but that's okay. Gonna very carefully paint the wax on this purity seal right here. Hold on. There we go. Nice. Everything I do on Insta is on my iPhone 12. Pretty crazy how much you can get away with. And that's the other thing too, you know, iPhones, like the most recent iPhones from like the 12 on up have really, really good cameras actually. And what I will say is that the options for the camera, like in your phone settings, are actually really worth exploring. You can actually shoot at 60 FPS, 1080p 60 FPS on an iPhone, which I think is pretty freaking cool. That's definitely not something that was possible, like even like 6 or 7 years ago, I'm pretty sure. And the options you have are just amazing. Got some pretty decent suite of like camera controls that like even like an indie filmmaker would like really appreciate having on hand, which is dope. There we go. Perfect. You can shoot 4K on the 12. Oh, that's right. You can shoot 4K on the 12. That's right. I should have known that. I literally have the iPhone 12. I just always shoot in 1080p just because it's easier on my battery. Because actually, it's funny because the very first live stream I like ever did in my life was actually over Instagram Live. And for that, I had switched my phone over to 1080p 60 FPS. Just so that like the stream would have like a bit of a better quality, and so that the internet would be more cooperative in my old place. Yeah, and then I had bought like a cheap lavalier microphone off of Amazon for my sound, which I still have and I use for like shooting videos on the go, or I plan on using to shoot videos with on the go. But yeah, the iPhone 12 was with like the right lighting, great camera. Fantastic camera. Let's paint some scrawl on this one as well, on this purity seal. Perfect. All right. Oh, almost forgot. We need to paint the leaves of the roses on her sword. So for that, we are going to just grab some medium blue. A couple drops of that. This is going to be a very haphazard way of making a green. We're going to grab our sunny skin tone, which is yellowish enough. Honestly, it's not super yellow, but it's yellowish enough. I'm going to make sure we shake this first of all, because I haven't used it in a minute. There we go. Alright, this is about a 2-to-1 ratio of these colors. I've never tried this combination before. Actually, let's do a 1-to-1 ratio. That feels right. That feels right in my soul. Now let's try mixing these together and see what we get. Oh, that's a funky looking green. I don't hate it, but it's not quite what we need. We need actually a little bit more sunny skin tone. This is quickly morphing into like a 2-to-1 ratio of sunny skin tone to medium blue. Just if we're keeping track of the ratios here. You know what this could use? Probably a little bit. Just the tiniest amount, 'cause it's a little too aqua right now. We need to introduce some warmth back into this. So, if this combination doesn't work, I will literally just try another. I'm just trying to add the slightest bit of red and see what happens. The answer was literally nothing. Okay. Let's actually, hold on, just for the sake of science here, let me try mixing just the slightest bit of black. Yeah, that's not right either. Okay. You know what? Here's what we'll do. I do have a more neutral yellow. It's not an actual neutral yellow, but it is a more neutral yellow than this. Where is my deep yellow? As you can see, I don't have very much experience in mixing paints, but that's okay. I actually do know one. I actually have one tried and true green recipe. We're gonna actually use dark Prussian blue. which is one of my favorite blues from Vallejo, with Vallejo Deep Yellow. This is going to give us a nice deep sort of darkish green color if we'd mix a 2-to-1 ratio of this. Where's a good spot to put it? So 2-to-1 of blue to yellow, and that should do the trick, because this deep yellow pulls pretty strongly from what I recall. It does not take much at all. Ooh, that was like a drop and a half by mistake, but whatever. That was actually a little bit too much blue. Let's try adding like a 2 more drops of yellow. Let's see if that pulls that back in the right direction. Well, let me clean off this brush. Where do I get my paints? That's a great question. So, I hate mixing paints. Yeah, low-key me too. So, here in New York City, where I live, there are unfortunately not that many hobby stores, but the ones that we do have are pretty great. There is the Hexen Company. I'll tell you my top 4. There's Hexen Company, which they have a couple different locations around the city. There is a Warhammer store here in the city. It's on 8th Street. So if I need Citadel, I can find it there. There's also this my favorite store, one of my favorite stores in the whole city, called The Complete Strategist on 33rd Street, nearer to Midtown. They have Citadel, and they also sell like Army Painter products. They don't sell individual Army Painter bottles yet, but they do have like the sets. So like they have like the speed paint sets and whatnot, the metallic sets and whatnot, the washes and whatnot. And then they also sell Reaper Master Series paints as well. So I basically go there for like all my painting needs, because they have just like a little bit of everything, which I really like. And then if there's like a brand that they don't carry that I can't find elsewhere in the city, I actually shop online on the website of this hobby store out of Texas called Lionheart Hobby. They have pretty much every well-known paint brand, including, most importantly for me personally, Vallejo. When I needed some Vallejo pale sand for a project like ages ago, I could not find that anywhere, because Vallejo pale sand's a pretty popular color. But they had like stonks of it, so I went on there, ordered some, and it arrived in like 2 days. Like, their shipping's really fast. They're, like I said, they're a shop out of Texas. Shout outs to Lionheart Hobbies. I'm not sponsored by them, of course, but yeah, they are fantastic, and their customer service is great too. Overall, great buying experience from them. And then when I go back home to Virginia, where I'm originally from, I like to drive to this one place in Fredericksburg, Virginia, called Hobbytown USA, which they got, like, as the name kind of suggests, they got like everything. But I only go there when I'm back home in Virginia, so I don't get to go very often. But man, if I was still living in Virginia, I would be there literally all the time. I would be there all the time. Trust me. But yeah, that's generally where like I like to source my paint. So like overall, I like to buy in person when I'm able to. So like I'll go to places like the Complete Strategist. That's my favorite store, and then I have my other favorite hobby store, which is not here in New York, but back home in Virginia. Shout outs to Hobbytown USA. We'll have to go shopping next time you're in Virginia. There's some stores I need to bring you to. Yes, please. Yes, please, Ultra Lord. I am so ready. I am so ready for the Ultra Lord Hobby Store World Tour. I'd love to check that out with you, man. Would love to check that out with you. What time is it? 9:30? Okay, perfect. We're good to go almost. Just gotta get these last couple of leaves here. I really like this green that we managed to crank out here. This is nice. Won't stay on this too long, so I definitely want us to be able to get to our airbrushing here soon. And we will. And we will. Definitely you're gonna get to that before stream is out. Because also once, like I said, once we start that, that's not gonna take very long at all. Not at all. Perfect. Hold on. There we go. And I'll save this for off stream when so that way we can save a little bit of time here. But at some point, I'm going to go back and I'm going to add some just the tiniest little bits of nonal oil here and there on these roses, just to give this portion of the model a little bit more depth to it. Might also need to really quickly shade the cross guard on the sword too, just to give that a little bit more depth as well. We'll do those off stream. But for now, the sword, finally, after all this time, is more or less complete. I feel like the sword is the one thing on this model that we left for like as absolutely late as possible into the project as we possibly could. Alright, friends. So, for now, we can say goodbye to the main Celestine model, who is looking fantastic, might I add. Sword is looking good. Thanks, I appreciate that, Castellan. Alright. So, say goodbye to that for now. And I am going to really quickly get my area cleaned up here, because now we do not need our wet palette anymore, so we can tuck this away. We can get our space ready here for some airbrushing. Exciting stuff. I'll pull out my bottle of nonal oil too, so I remember to work on that later. That'll be my little reminder to myself. Okay, boom, boom, boom. All right. Put our brushes away so I don't accidentally use these as the cannon fodder brushes that I'm about to need to do stuff with. Get our bowl out right here. Gonna actually set this to the side for the time being. We don't need this quite yet. Gonna need these brushes. These are gonna be our expendable brushes for mixing and whatnot. Uh-oh. Drop that on the ground. And then we're gonna get this paper towel. Actually, this paper towel can stay down. Got our airbrush right here. I use the Iwata Eclipse HPCS. Great starter choice for an airbrush if anyone's looking to get started with airbrushing. You probably want to upgrade from it at some point. I definitely have plans on upgrading from this one at some point in the future for sure. But it has been an absolute champion for me ever since I started airbrushing not too long ago. And as far as airbrushes go, it's pretty affordable, especially if you catch a sale at your local art supply store too. So yeah, this is what we're going to be using for our airbrushing endeavors here tonight. I'm actually going to zoom out now that we're entering this step. You might be wondering, Christian, what's our target? Our target is going to be Celestine's wings. If you know this model, you might have noticed this entire time, and also if you've been following along with the stream, you know that we separated the wings from the model, primed them separately by masking off the connection point with some silly putty so we could work on them individually, so that way it would be much easier to access the wings later on when we get to now this step of the process, right? And we're gonna do some airbrushing on this, make it look pretty cool. I'm going to take my same amount of silly putty, got some silly putty right here. We're gonna take this, we're gonna again mask off that same connection point while we are airbrushing, just so we don't accidentally get any acrylic ink on there, just to preserve the integrity of it, because we are gonna need that to be as bare naked as possible in order to successfully reconnect the wings to Celestine herself once we are ready to do that, which is not very far away now. I'm still so happy with how these wings turned out in terms of like the non-metallic metal. Like, I was so concerned that they would not turn out well. Y'all remember, I was so concerned that this would not turn out well, but these actually turned out really nice, I thought. I'm very happy with the way these turned out. And actually, you know what? I am going to move this paper towel out of the way. I'm going to keep it nearby, but I'm going to move it out of the center. We're going to remask this. If we don't mask it like 100%, that's fine. As long as it's like 95% masked, that's fine by me, frankly. Okay. Uh-oh. Here we go. Don't want to press it on there too aggressively because we don't want to accidentally like lift up any of the paint, which we could do pretty easily with silly putty, because silly putty's that weird. It's that silly. And I'm gonna get our I'm gonna get the airbrush connected to the air hose of the compressor, which is my compressor. My compressor is down here below me, to my side. There we go. Gonna screw that in there nicely. There we go. So that's connected now, as you can see. And we'll set this to the side for now. Okay. Make sure that does not slide. Actually, I'll just put it in the little airbrush holder that's on my compressor. There we go. That slots in nicely. Okay, so before we go any further, a couple points of safety. So like I've mentioned before, I do have a spray booth set up here, and this is going to be instrumental. You don't need a spray booth in order to do any airbrushing. I've been doing lots of airbrushing for a while now without a spray booth. What this spray booth does enable me to do though is, you know, airbrush here in my room. Oh, does it look blurry? My bad, Castellan. Yeah, the subscriber goal is, I will adjust this at a later date, actually. Thank you for reminding me to do that. Or thank you for pointing that out so that I can do that. It's 200 subscribers. It's 200 subscribers. We're at 140. Actually, I guess we're at 140. Let me check my actual YouTube page, because like I said, Stream Elements doesn't update. We're at 149 subscribers now out of 200, so almost at the 150 mark, or 200 mark. We're almost at 150, which means we're almost at 200 is what I mean to say. But yeah, our current subscriber goal is 200 subscribers. 200 subscribers. Right, so points of safety. So what I do not have set up with this spray booth currently is the air tube, that would, you know, if I turn on the fans that are at the back of this booth, would suck up all like the overspray and shoot it out my window. I can't currently open my window right now, partially because it's busted and partially because I saw a raccoon out that window the other night, and I do not want that little guy messing around poking his head through my window while it is open. And also bugs. So what I'm doing instead is I'm very simply, at the back of the spray booth there is a filter overlaying the fans, and I'm just going to rely on that to sort of catch the overspray, catch the particulate, as well as like the shielding around the edges of the booth itself. And then, you know, to circumvent the lack of ventilation, I am going to be wearing a 3M respirator, and of course I'm also going to be wearing 200 for the channel. 200 for the channel. You know, we're starting off very small, very baby steps here, just because, you know, I'm basically only a part-time content creator, so, you know, just starting off incrementally. You know how you know what I mean. So that's why we're at 200. So it's 200 for the channel. Yeah. What was I saying though? Right. So we're gonna have our 3M respirator on just so that we won't be breathing in any of the spray or anything like that. And I will be wearing gloves as well for hand protection as well. And so with that, let me actually grab my respirator. Spoiler alert, I am going to be kind of inaudible for a little bit while I am wearing my respirator, so I apologize for that in advance. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn up my mic gain, that way y'all can still kind of understand me when I have that on, because it is going to cover my entire face. I keep it in a plastic bag, just so that I can, just so that it helps the filters last longer, because it's not like exposed to, like, you know, not exposed to like the air, stuff like that. There we go. Perfection. Alright, I'll put that over there for the time being. Check that for air leaks. Checking for air leaks. Here we go. Alright, cool. I sense no air leaks. So that seems pretty good. Let me do a quick sound check on myself. Okay. I can still kind of hear myself. I'm certainly muffled by this mask, but hold on. And these are reusable nerd trial gloves, by the way, as opposed to like the typical blue disposable ones as well. Actually, I suppose I'll go ahead and say while we're here, so I'm going to be using these Dollar Rowney acrylic inks, and basically our goal here is to achieve the same color gradient that I achieved here on this test Space Marine, which is going to be from a white to a turquoise to like a cyan. We're going to lay down the white first so that we can get a maximum brightness out of the, you know, the entire color scheme. Then we'll layer on the cyan, then we'll layer on the turquoise and then the cyan last, basically going from the lightest colors to the darkest colors to get a very nice transition from the inside out to the tips of the wings, where the light would obviously be the most dissipated. So I just wanted to sort of explain all that now before I get into it, because in case y'all can't understand me very clearly moving forward from this point on. Okay. So respirator on. Actually, I'm gonna take these off. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Air leak check is good. I'm actually I should probably turn down the music actually a little bit. Just for now. I'm gonna turn down the music. Here we go. Just so I'm a little easier to understand. Y'all let me know if you truly cannot hear me, by the way. Alright. So, let me get these inks mixed up and then we shall begin. Nice. All right. Castellan, thanks so much, fam. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Stone says your channel is brilliant. 200 subs, go into that, but I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Here we are. All right, so quick inspection of the airbrush just to make sure we have nothing in the paint cup here. Looks like it's pretty clean. Needle looks pretty good. Needle point is pretty solid, it looks like. Trigger feels just about as normal as it usually does for me. So I think that's all well and good. So I think we are ready to
airbrush with this. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some... Grab that for later. First thing we do is airbrush thinner. By the way, this 200 milliliter bottle, I bought this like almost like what, 8 months ago, and I'm not even a quarter of the way through it. This shit, fantastic value. So, because we are using a white acrylic ink, we don't need that much. First of all, before I go any further, turn that way down. Right now I'm adjusting the PSI on my compressor. I like to use about 30 PSI for my airbrush. It's a good like all-around pressure point for working with an airbrush, as far as I'm concerned, as far as many other mini painters are concerned, from what I've read, from what I've researched. I actually need to look at this in my phone. It's slightly under. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Perfect. Alright. So after that brief test fire, our airbrush is now currently set to 30 PSI and probably will be through the duration of the session. And so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in just a little bit of airbrush thinner. We don't need much for a white acrylic ink because again it's white and it's also acrylic ink, so it's already super runny. It's going to go through the airbrush very nicely. We just need a little bit of ink to help it, or we just need a little bit of thinner to help it along, basically. And I'm going to take our dropper here from our bottle of ink very gently. It's a little caked in there. And I'm going to put in about one full, for this much thinner, which is like, I'd say like probably like 4 or 5 drops of thinner. I'm going to put in one full dropper of this white acrylic ink, basically. And we will adjust as necessary. Make sure I get like a full one there without any air bubbles trapped in there. Alright. There we go. That ought to do it. Alright, let's pump that in there. Awesome. Perfect. Make sure this is sealed up just enough for now so we don't knock it over and spill. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our sacrificial brushes here. We're going to take this and we're going to use this to mix the ink with the thinner. And we're looking for the consistency of like skim milk basically when it comes to this. That pro tip comes from Squidmar Miniatures. When it comes to airbrushing, generally like the consistency of skim milk is what you want out of whatever medium you're using. So that's what we're going for here. That looks pretty good to me. Gonna wash this off and rest it on my paint cup for the time being. And then as one more additional mixing step, we're gonna turn on the airbrush compressor. I'm gonna turn on the compressor, and then we are going to block the nozzle, and we are going to fire it in order to create backflow, which will mix in the cup, and you'll see it bubbling up inside of the cup, which indicates we are doing the right thing here. Also, a great way to check and see if your airbrush is clogged or not is if you try to create backflow, and if it's not backflowing, that means there's a clog somewhere in your airbrush and you should break it down and clean it. Another thing I learned from YouTube. Shoutouts to YouTube. Love YouTube. Alright, let's seal this cup up for the time being. And then let's do a quick test fire. I got some scrap cardboard here so I can do a couple test shots. And yeah, that's pretty good. That's about the consistency we're looking for there. Alright. Okay. Let me really quickly because I'm unfortunately right-handed, not left-handed. Let me load these up on the tweezers here. This is why I grabbed the tweezers, just so I can support the wings. Alright, let's do this shit. Here goes nothing. Oh shit. Alright, you know, we'll just hold it by hand, it's cool. This is probably going to take multiple coats too, so that's alright. $200 gold, subs goal will be smashed in the next 4 days. I appreciate that, fam. Thank you. That's the hope, that's the dream, you know? Awesome. Yeah, that's looking pretty good so far. Let's flip around and do the other side real quick too. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Hold on. Another thing I'm doing too is I'm controlling, making sure I'm keeping the proper amount of distance between the wings and the airbrush. Hold on. Okay, I still have ink in there. I thought I was out. It's hard to tell sometimes with white ink whether or not you have like scum left in there, whether it's firing because it's so invisible. The stream of it at least is. There we go. Nice. All right. Alright, and that just needs... Whew. Alright.
And so that just needs a couple more minutes to dry before we move on to the other side. That way we can actually, you know what? I might actually try. Actually, give me 1 second.
We might actually be able to just move along with this. Where did I drop my paintbrush again? Shit. There we go. Let me strap back in here real fast, actually. Whew. I love the smell of paint thinner in the morning. Or the evening, I suppose. Just kidding, don't breathe that in. Deliberately, at least. Alright, here we go. Gloves back on. Let's do this. Alright, let's see if we can actually hold this by the, with the, tweezers here. I didn't hold that nearly as hard as I could. This should be good. Yeah, this is fine. And since this is really just a base coat, I can pull back pretty far away from the wings and just fire pretty imprecisely at the model just to get the coverage I need right away, which is great. Always the advantage of base coating with an airbrush. You can do it pretty quickly. It's a pretty nice way of expediting the process in general. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where to get the very tops here? Don't forget about those. Get the tops of the legs here too, yeah. Nice. We just need one more layer of that and we should be good to go for that side. Hold on. The silly putty's coming off a little bit here. That's okay, we can fix that. Gotta be very careful. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. There we go. Back on board with that. Okay. Ah. Nice. Nice. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I just need to clean this part up real quick. Just need to clean up this one part right about here. Something got on there. What is that? Looks like a fiber or something got stuck on here. Oh yeah, it's an eyelash. That's funny. Oh, no, it's not an eyelash. No, it's not an eyelash. Hold on, give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. All right. Sorry for the brief period of no talking right there, y'all. Just had to make sure I was able to focus on the on the airbrushing there. Had to be somewhat precise with things. I didn't want to get, you know, white ink everywhere across the model. But there you go. There's part 1 right there. Now I'm going to... whoopsies. Now we're going to clean out the airbrush really quickly. So to do that, so that way we can change colors. And to do that, I'm going to, first of all, put my safety gear back on. That's a smooth coat of white. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I know, right? It's like... It's nice because acrylic ink just covers really nicely. That's why I love it so much, you know? Whew. Whew. Here we go. So to clean out the airbrush, the first thing we gotta do is we gotta dump out... tangled cables. Nothing to worry about. First thing we gotta do is we gotta dump out the old color, which is our white in this case. Gonna do that real quick. There we go. And then we're gonna take a squirt bottle of water, like this little one I got right here. And we're going to fire that directly into the paint cup and dump out any remaining water. I just realized I don't have my other glove on. Oh, silly me. There we go. We're going to make sure we get every little bit we can out of there. All right. Perfect. And then we're going to take next our airbrush cleaner, which I don't have much of left in this bottle, but it's okay. I got a second bottle right above me here. I'm going to take our airbrush cleaner. I'm going to fill up our cup about 1/4 of the way with some airbrush cleaner. Turn on the airbrush compressor. Create just a little bit of backflow. Perfect. And then we're going to dump that all out by just dumping it like that. Gonna go back to our water real quick, just to give that all a nice little flush out. Perfect. And we're just going to dry that out with some paper towel next. We'll get that one more bubble. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Got some fresh paper towel here. There we go. And we're just going to eke that out like that. Somewhat gently, because we don't want to bend the needle on the inside of the cup, right? So I'm not jamming it all the way down to the bottom, but I am making sure I'm getting like the edges and stuff. And there we go. That is a crystal clean airbrush cup right there. Brilliant. And so we're ready for our next color now. So now I'm going to very carefully put down this bowl. I'm going to put that ball on the ground and far away from you so I don't accidentally knock it over. Watch me still manage to do it somehow. And we're going to just repeat the process now, except now with the new color. So our next color is going to be our turquoise, which I definitely need to mix this up because the color is clearly separated because that looks way more blue than turquoise. There we go. There we go. That's the turquoise we know and love right there. Gonna load up our wings back onto the tweezers here. There we go. Gonna choke up on the tweezers there a little bit more. There we go. Keep those on there for the whatever. All right, let's load up our next color. So, again, before we put any ink in here, thinner goes in first. Don't need much. Like I said, we're just like barely filling the cup up, like not even a quarter of the way, like a fifth of the way. And we are going to put in just one full dropper of ink. That's all we really need, is just one full dropper of ink. As you can see, one dropper of ink got us pretty far with the initial base coat, so it will do the same for us yet again here. Alright, here we go. Load that up very nicely. There we go. You always, like I said, I think I've said this before, but you always want to put thinner or flow improver in before your color, just because that's going to give you a nice lubrication on the needle. Always with airbrushing, you want to avoid direct contact between the paint or ink and your needle. Best way to do that is to make sure you always put in your airbrush thinner or your airbrush flow improver first. Then we're going to mix this up first with our paintbrush here, like we did before. There we go. That's a pretty good consistency right there. Wash that off. Like I said, skim milk is the consistency we're going for here, as like a rough analogy of that. Airbrush compressor on. Create some backflow for mixing. Backflow for mixing. Perfect. And now we are ready to go again. Seal that so we do not spill. Quick test fire for good measure. Perfect. That looks great. That looks pretty good. Okay. Let me put this down. Load this up. And now we're gonna go from like a third of the way up all the way to the edge with this one, so yeah, just like that. Oh, that looks amazing. Oh my god, that looks so good already, and it's just a single stripe of it, y'all. It is literally just a single stripe of it, and it already looks so good. I'm so excited. Nice. Now I'm going to do the same over here. Uh-oh. Move that out of the way. There we go. Nice. Now I just got to repeat for the back side. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Alright. Hell yeah. That looks so good. Oh my god. This is turning out way better than I expected it to, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I was unsure about how this was gonna go at first, but I'm actually so freaking happy with this right now. I could leave it here. I literally could leave it right here, but I'm not going to. But, yeah, no, this is nice. So far, this is turning out very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let me actually turn down the booth light so y'all can get a slightly better view of this. But there you go. That's a lot easier to see. Right there. This looks tight. That looks tight, my guy. Thank you, man. Thank you. Not quite done yet. We're almost there. Got one more color to apply, which is going to be our cyan. And after that, it's going to be done. After that, the wings are going to be done. You're done. You're done. I'm going to go ahead and just mix that up a little bit now. We'll get back to the rest, mixing the rest of that later. But for now, let's clean out our airbrush yet again. So let me get my dump bowl. Here we go. Come with me. There's a world out there that we should see. Take my hand, close your eyes. With you right here, I'm a Rocketeer. Let's fly. Bars. There we go. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Just need to go grab a little bit more water. I will be right back. Just going to grab some more water from my water bottle here. Give me like 2 seconds, you guys. All right. Okay. We're back. We are back. We are back. Time to resume with cleaning. Uh-oh. Woohoo. That was close. All right. Let's get some more airbrush cleaner in here now. Good. Compressor on. There we go. Grab our sandpaper towel. Oh, we're just gonna wipe this all down so it's squeaky clean on the outside. All right. All right. And to get rid of any excess contaminants that might still be in there, we're just going to really quickly just fire off the airbrush onto our cardboard. There we go. You see there's a little bit of ink still at the very tip of it, but that's okay. We got that off now. There we go. Perfect. All right. We are now ready for our final color, which is our cyan. All we got to do for the cyan is what we've done before, same as it ever was. Just need to grab our airbrush thinner. Again, a few drops is all we really need here. There we go. And cyan, we're going to mix this up a little bit by shaking it. There we go. We're gonna grab, oh, let me put this down. Very important. Gonna grab yet another simple dropper load, 1 dropper load of this directly into our paint cup here. Bada bing. A couple of drops more actually. All right. Make sure I close up this white. Okay. There we go. Mix this up. It's looking like a pretty good consistency to me. Alright, compressor on. Mixing it with a backflow. There we go. Alright, time for the final coat. Let's get her done. Let's get her done dead. There we go. I just decided to do my test fire directly onto the cutting mat here. Looks pretty good to me. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. 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 Woo! Alright, as I'll show you guys what it looks like a bit better in a minute here. We'll just clean out the airbrush real quick. There we go. Perfect. Alright, cleaner now. Suzy mix. Good thing to me. Alright. Just got a little bit of cleaner into here. Mix that up. By the way, when I spray just pure airbrush cleaner through the nozzle, what I'm looking for is for it to spray clear, of course. Hold on, I can actually take this off now. All right.
What I was trying to say is, when cleaning out my airbrush, during the steps where I'm just putting in pure airbrush cleaner and I'm just spraying it onto my cardboard, what I'm looking for is for it to spray clearly, with no traces of ink or paint or whatever in it whatsoever. That's how you know, like, the needle and the nozzle and the cup are all basically pretty clean at that point. It's a good litmus test for it. But anyway, I guess that's technically not what the definition of a litmus test is, but you get my point. It's a good test for it. Alright, so now we are going to put away the respirator and all other protective gear for now. And now we're going to take a look at this final product here, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm so ready for this. Because in the time it took me to clean my airbrush just now, that pretty much has dried up completely. Here we are. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the final result. Featuring Silly Putty still. Actually, I can go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Here we go. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That actually turned out so fucking good. I am very, very happy with the way that looks. I mainly only use this airbrush for, like, priming my minis and, like, doing, like, a zenithal, priming them and stuff. I haven't done very much, like, airbrushing work for, like, the purposes of, like, actually painting. But this, oh man, this fucking rocks. I am very, very, very happy with the way this turned out. Goddamn. This has made all these hours worth it for sure. Whew. I love how I got, like, white ink in areas where I didn't really intend to get any, but it actually, like, really works well for this because it's like the glow. It's literally like the glow coming off the wings. Like, you see it, like, reflecting off the halo right here. Like, it works. It just works. It just works. Sorry, that was me trying to do my best Todd Howard impression right there. All right, last thing, very, very last thing I want to do really quick is I want to go and do some edge highlighting along the edges of the wings here. I'm going to put my acrylic inks away now. Thank you for your service, friends. You did fantastic tonight. Let's bring the wet palette back out. Let's bring the standard paint brushes back out. Where did those go? Oh, they're right here. And let's get our white paint out, and let's just do some very quick edge highlights in a few key areas here. La-di-di-di, la-di-di-da. La-di-di-do, la-di-di-di. And as we near the end of our session here tonight, y'all, I just want to remind you, first of all, that I'm very grateful to all of you for supporting my channel. If you like what you see here, don't forget to leave a like on the stream before you head out for the night. That way, you know, you can support my channel in a very big way. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button too. That way, you know exactly when I go live every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Hit that notification bell too, so you know the exact moment we go live. And if you want to follow me on all my social medias, see pictures of past projects, catch up with me and my general shenanigans, you can find my social links in the description below. This is going to be a very gentle edge highlight. Very subtle. Very subtle. Very, very, very subtle here. There we go. Same thing on this side too. Okay, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. And we're only doing the top edges here, of course. Here we go. Sorry for being out of frame there very briefly. I had to reach forward a little bit just so I could anchor my hands a bit better. Just gonna get this, rub this off real fast. Made a little mistake there, a little whoopsie. Thankfully, these are, of course, always super easy to remove. If you act fast enough, which we have. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just filling this out a little bit more. There we go. I'm gonna edge highlight. Actually, I don't need to edge highlight the backside. I don't really need to edge highlight the backside. Backside's fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm using a little bit of our medium blue actually because it's actually quite the perfect color match for our cyan to get rid of this little mistake I made right here. And no one shall be any the wiser except you, my lovely friends who decided to tune in and watch me paint live tonight. And that actually worked really well. Oh my god, okay. Oh my gosh, that looks great. Okay, last thing I want to do is just a couple of highlights on this skull, which I've neglected for so long. Hey buddy. Hey pal. Sorry, I kind of forgot about you there for a while. Let's get a nice highlight coat on you there, hey pal? Hey buddy, old pal. Perfection. Also, one other thing I meant to point out earlier while we were airbrushing too is part of the reason why I was glad that the base coat for the non-metallic metal color scheme was a brown is because brown, if you want like a really smooth white coat of like anything, brown is a very good coat to put underneath white. helps with coverage tremendously while not compromising, while also in and of itself like not being like a difficult color to work with. Helps like blend down into the rest of your color scheme too and everything. Yeah. Oh, this looks phenomenal. I am very happy with this, you guys. I am very, very happy with this. Yeah. These wings are done. And I think this stream is going to be done now too, you guys. So, overall, here is where we are at with our Celestine. And pretty soon here, these pieces shall be finally reunited and our model will be complete. GG's, you guys, GG's. Well, not GG's yet. It's not time for GG's quite yet, but it'll be time for GG's soon. It'll be time for GG's very soon. But for now, my friends, I shall bid you all a good night. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Shoutouts to our new friend Castellan. You were tremendous. Great stream as always, Mike. Thank you, Ultralord. I appreciate you. Thank you, Godzillanid, Nikki, Flacco, Gray, Ultralord, G-Dog, Castellan, all of y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate each of you very much. Hope to see y'all again next week. And until I see y'all, don't forget to stay awesome, stay healthy, stay safe, and have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing weekend. Relax, have some fun. If you're into Attack on Titan, enjoy the finale tomorrow night. And I'll see y'all next time, all right? Don't forget, leave a like on the stream, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell. And until then, peace.